Kimani Karangu, and you can call me Dr. Karangu. It is 1 month exactly since I graduated and got that title. I graduated from the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, and of course I hail from East Africa, Kenya. I believe, without the involvement of McVic consultant, I wouldn't be the doctor that I am, because they helped me put together my letter of application, specifically adjusting and making my letter of intent succinct. And that way, as a PhD student who wanted to go through the process successfully, I was able to get a scholarship for 4 years. And I believe it's because of the care and the detailed looking into the program and advising me on the things that were needed in this letter of intent, by the consultant within the McVic, that helped me gain that entry into that PhD program. And especially coming from Kenya, that would have been a challenge, because the way we do things in Kenya, which is not the same thing that are done in Canada, for instance. So it was very, very timely, and I would suggest that McVic did their best in letting and directing my application processes. There are a few challenges students do face, and particularly as an international student, issues of culture shock are there, and sometimes they can pose a challenge, especially because it is not whatever you're used to doing as a coming from maybe south of the globe, coming to the north. The culture is different here. The way things are done is different, including the way classes are conducted. Sometimes that one can cause what we call isolation class, because you're given some material to go and study, and that I'm talking about masters and PhD. Study all by yourself and then come to class and have some sort of discussions. But the discussion or the learning, how it is taken, whether by group work or by individuals and presentations, it does present itself a challenge, coming from a very examination oriented kind of a system to a place where you need now to discuss, you read, discuss, analyze, and make your suggestion. So whenever you're thinking of coming to study in this place, you have to adjust yourself from that perspective. That could be seen as one challenge, isolation and the culture shock coming there. And then there is the issue of race. As a black male person in these spaces, sometimes it is a challenge, because sometimes you're judged not because of what you cannot do, but because of how you look. And it has come to be known as racism. And there are many ways that is manifested, and there are many ways some people do not understand it or cannot even identify them. But of course, with time, you'll be able to understand what is happening. And once you realize the truth, it becomes a big challenge, because sometimes, due to the isolation I talked about, you can even start doubting your self-worth, and moving forward. And there are not so many black people or people who look like you, and the ones that are there, they are already thinly spread. They cannot be able to cover the number of, maybe if you're 10 or so, it can't happen that they are going to help you all. Handling challenges as an international student, I had to deliberately create networks, that is within the university and outside the university. Within the university, I had to look for students who are coming from Africa, from different departments, and try to share with them my experiences maybe as a senior, or me looking for senior students and having a communication with them. And then outside the university, I was also able to network with community members, because as I said, there are very few people on campus, and created networks again in the community with people with different experiences, because those are the places that we go after we are done with school. And to be specific, I was able to rejuvenate the Kenyan community in British Columbia that is now very vibrant in dealing with issues. So the issue of networking, making a community to make sure that I'm happy, and also left the issue of isolation at bay for. And then the issue of racism. I did put myself into student leadership. I was elected twice as the president of the Graduate Student Society, and within those 2 years I was elected, I was able to come up with some frameworks, some ideas that were policy facing, that once they started getting implemented, we were able to shift the narrative of racism and affordability to many other students within the system. So again, it is deliberate ways of dealing with some of these issues that face. I want to add a few suggestions for students that are already on their way coming here. Try to make a deliberate move of checking online who are we going to likely meet there. And once you're here, make again another deliberate move of going to your department, asking your secretaries where are these resources located, or how can I connect with these other people. And then, because the system is differently how the lessons are delivered, make a connection with your professors or the lecturers or the teacher assistant that are going to be in your classes, and your life might be easier. You find yourself very confused, reach out to McVic. These are the experts that will direct you into all those resources you might not be aware of, and you'll be very successful. Trust me. Thank you so much.